the way home to their respective grid slots then. So we're right, there's no Dan Johnson, no Andy Friend, and no Phil Crow on this one, but Martin Morris is there. We do have a green flag at the back. So for the first time today, it's going to be all lights, two of the lights, the red lights go on, then the reds rise, and out they go. We are racing here at Cadwell Park, and it's a good start there for everybody in the front row there. But the best of potentially could well have been Pete Baker, but no, it's Scott Stone, I believe, on that number 125 Yamaha, who will take the race lead as it go around Coppis for the first time of 8, then tipping it right in towards Charlie's, and you'll catch them very quickly indeed, Keith.
Yeah, sure will, mate. Here they come. I think you're right there. Scott Stone leading the way with that pouring start yesterday. Pete Baker had to be better. He's indeed in second place. Is that Draper there in third? It's such a blur of excitement and noise as they come racing past me, but you're right. Scott Stone already looks like he's running away with this one. He's got a very clear lead, and genuinely surprised to see how far he is ahead as they go round to Chris Kerr for the first time, make their way up to the gooseneck. They're going to come down the hill in just a moment. Yeah, Scott with a good lead, but tell you what, Baker's not exactly out of this yet. Looks like we've got a little bit of a battle developing for third place there, but could be 4 bikes in that little mix. I'm just going to say everybody's safely through the gooseneck, but not everybody is quite through. That's it, everybody's through the gooseneck safely as the leader's already out of the chicane up towards you, Bradley. Somebody going very slowly at the back there. I wonder if that's an issue with the bike. Right, under they go, and at the moment it's all dry conditions. There is a big line of oil that's been treated overnight, of course, and that was from the why this race got stopped yesterday. We had a quick look. It's quite spread out, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Let's have a look further down the order there. Looks like Dan Mercer potentially slipping up the inside of Gordon Creasy and went into towards Bemsee. That's for a top 5 position. Of course, that is an on-track battle. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4 different classes in this one, but out of Barton across the start-finish line for the first time then. Scott Stone leads the way ahead of Peter Baker. The gap this time is 1.1 seconds at the end of lap number 1. Scott Stone makes up 2 positions. Peter Baker is there in second place ahead of Draper, Kissick, Mercer and Creasy. Aaron Collins makes up 5 positions. Tommy Cadwell, his first time on that Yamaha R1, makes up 6 positions. He is up into 8th place. Martin Morris makes up 7 positions. Jamie Thomas, the biggest loser on that one, dropping 7 positions, Keith.
Yeah, so I was just, I've got all the windows, doors closed, started to lose you very quickly indeed. I see what you mean about the problems here with the microphone and stuff like that. I'll try and crank that up a little bit without getting too much feedback, but right, let's not worry about those problems. But yes, Scott Stone absolutely dominating, as we thought he would. I mean, he was doing very well in the tricky conditions yesterday, of course. We'll say we don't know anything about Scott at all. I'll tell you what though, impressive one with me though, Pete Baker. Bear in mind the man's not running 65 because it's a number he particularly likes. He's not a particular Caparossi fan, let's put it that way. That is actually his age, so that's why he's running that number. And I tell you what, the way he hustles that ZX10 round is an absolute inspiration. This is allegedly his last year of racing. I'm sure he said that before. Was that a challenge to him, going up under the bottom of the mountain I saw there, Bradley?
Yeah, Stephen Draper there. He had a sniff of that second place, but he's not managed to make the move this time around. He's again having a look at the inside. What you can see here is Scott Stone slowly opening up that advantage there. As you mentioned, it was 1.1 across the line there. He went 8 tenths quicker in that first sector there. But the fastest man in the first sector, Keith, is your man in 6th place. It's Morgan Creasy on the 5 lane. But here comes the race leader out of Barton there. And across the start-finish line once more. It's still as you were. Scott Stone ahead of Pete Baker. Stephen Draper right there within the gap between Baker and Draper. Less than half a second. Morgan Creasy is your fastest man on the circuit. The woman in 37.1. Scott Stone at 37.3. Nobody else has gone sub 1 minute 38 at this stage. At the end of the first of the flying laps. Across the line comes Martin Morris from the back of the grid. He's up to 16th at the moment there. But the race leader coming past you already, I believe.
Yeah, certainly have already gone flying past. Just realised I've got the headset here. That's a little better. I can actually hear you because it goes to my deaf side. No, it's interesting times as well, because we think the Stone's dominating, but 37 is not what you call a particularly quick lap. Let's have a quick look at the lap records. I think you can't actually reach the cross very far. This is Phil Crow, isn't it? Is it 31 or something?
Phil Crow has the lap record of 1 minute 29.9.
Yeah, so, okay, they look very quick indeed, but in relative terms, they're actually quite slow, to be fair. And that's not taking anything away from them, because the track conditions are far from ideal here. When we had a quick look earlier, it didn't seem too slippery or damp anywhere at all. The track a little bit cold, and obviously that oil slick around the place, or the treated oil. Just a little bit of a psychological speed loss there, but yeah, there's definitely some more at the moment, Brandon. There's 37's as we're not going to be looking at the lap record anytime soon, are we?
No, I think you could be right on that one there. Scott Stone's gone purple in that first second. It's the third lap. Looking further down the order, looks like Kissick managed to find a way through on Morgan Creasy as well. Morgan Creasy momentarily up in the fourth place, but he's back down into fifth now as they come back across the line once more. It's still actually work. Pete Baker in second, Draper third, Kissick fourth, Creasy up next, and it's now a relatively lonely sixth place for Dan Mercer on bike number 13. But that is the first of the retro thousands in the Clubman. It is Kissick ahead of Creasy by 0.2 of a second. So that's the battle we've got to keep an eye on, Keith. The one between Raphael Kissick and Morgan Creasy. That is for the Clubman thousands.
Well, both very quick riders, of course, and well, this is a different bike to what Morgan uses in the Ultras, of course. In the Ultras, he's run to Suzuki. This is a new bike to him. He's hoping to do some things with this next year. He's kind of in development here, and he was telling us on Friday he was working on a few things, getting on top of the bike, learning a few new settings with it, and clearly paying dividends for him. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on in the later races, because obviously the grip positions are going to change a little bit. Down the hill we go then. And the Stone is well away with this one, but that battle for a second, very intense indeed. It did look like a four-way battle earlier. It's certainly developing into a hot one now. And or was that a move? I think Baker held the outside there. I think that was Draper having a bit of a look, but I think Baker knows he's got competition as they go up towards you. I think that was a pass down the inside, mate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Draper at the inside of Pete Baker then for second place. So it is now Kawasaki of Draper ahead of Kawasaki and Pete Baker then. So over the top of the mountain into Hall Bends goes that battle for second there. Creasy now defending that Clubman race lead ahead of Raphael Kissick. Mercer, as we mentioned there, 3 seconds behind that battle and 3 seconds ahead of Aaron Collins, who is third in the Clubmans at the moment. 6 seconds ahead of, 0.2 of a second ahead of Cadwell, who is 6 seconds ahead of Rayner. But your race leader across the line to complete lap number 4. Let's have a look there. Draper is the fastest man on the circuit. He went green in sector 1, purple in sector 2, and that's a 1 minute 36.3. Only other person in the 36s is Morgan Creasy on that lap, a 1 minute 36.5. So it's all closing up there behind Pete Baker. And Stephen Draper with the clear track in front of him. He went 0.9 of a second quicker than Stone. He's 2.5 seconds behind, and we are at half race distance. 4 laps down, 4 to go.
I'm not quite sure what's happening with the points in this particular race either, because you say it's 4 down, 4 to go. Are we doing a 4-4 split for the points? Because obviously we were doing that yesterday with the extended races. I'm not quite sure exactly what's happening there, so I'm not going to speak in judgment of that. It could be that we're going to award points at this point and kind of stop the clock. But we'll just worry about the race we've got in front of us, and that really is developing into a fantastic battle for, it's the second place to be fair, because that is Creasy and Draper. It looks like Stone going to keep an eye on that gap between the first and the second as well. Over the line last time, 2.4 seconds. We're at the halfway point, so there is still plenty of time to those guys behind to catch up if they can find that little bit of speed. As you mentioned, they were both into the 36s. Creasy in particular is getting the tail waggling coming out of Charlie's here, so I really think he's trying to get a move on. Would Morgan be maybe pacing himself and hoping that Draper could take the fight to the leader? We'll have to wait and see, but I think there is still a couple of seconds to be found on this track at the moment, don't you, Bradley?
Yeah, I think you're right there. We're in the 36s at the moment. As we said, the lap record is in the 29. So here they come across the line. Let's have a look. The gap was 2.445 between Stone and Draper. It's now 1.476. Morgan Creasy goes fastest of all with a 1 minute 35.1. So he's knocked just over a second off of the fastest lap of the race so far. 5 laps down, 3 to go. And the gap between the top 3 now is 1.6 seconds. They're coming around Charlie's now.
Okay, looks a little bit wide there for Draper. Creasy gets alongside him as they go down into the dip and up towards Park Curb. I don't know if Creasy's going to chuck the anchors out as late as he can and try and drag his way past. Or it could be a little bit optimistic, but if anybody's an optimist around here, it's certainly Morgan Creasy, that's for sure. Saw him have a massive moment yesterday as he clipped Tyler Donovan in the Ultra race. Ended up proving his some skills as a motocross rider, that's for sure. The moves didn't work on, but those two are definitely getting closer as we come down into Mansfield. That battle for fourth place as well between Baker and that's Kissick behind him, isn't it? Those two are still very locked in battle, but it's still in favour of Baker. But if you look at them more coming towards the bottom of the mountain, we're going to have a 3-way battle for the lead very shortly, I think, Bradley.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't believe Kissick's close enough at this stage to make a challenge on Pete Baker, but he's right there at the front there. Stone's gone green in the first sector. That is to say he's gone fastest personally in the first sector there, but 0.6 of a second quicker than him is the man behind number 173, Stephen Draper. When we cross the line this time around, it will be the ultimate lap and 2 to go around this Cadwell Cadwell Park circuit. It is Stone, Draper and Creasy. That's the order at the moment. Out of barn they come then. The gap was just shy of 1.5 seconds. Stone, Draper, Creasy, as quick as you like. The gap is now 1 second, with Creasy doing a 1 minute 35.0 and Stone a 1 minute 35.6. So we've got 2 laps left. He's lapping around about half a second quicker per lap, and the gap is 1 second. So I think we're in for a grandstand finish if it was to remain this way, Pete.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now Creasy's up to that second place. He's tucked in tight and he's got his eyes on the prize. Morgan, of course, is a local man. He's off from Powerbikes. Is he where is Morgan from? Somewhere in the Spalding, that's the one. Thank you very much. You're the Lincolnshire lad. You know the neck of the woods better than I do. But yeah, definitely his home circuit. He has had some good results here over the years. Of course, he's the reigning ultra champion, so he knows how to pedal a motorbike very quickly, that's for sure. Here we come up to the gooseneck, and I wonder if he had a little bit of a wobble there, actually, because all of a sudden, that gap, which I was expecting to be right on the tail of the leader, it's gone out a little bit, probably half a second, something like that. You'll see when they come out of the chicane, which they'll be doing very shortly indeed. Draper is pushing Creasy very hard still, but if you have a look at Stone, it's like he's all of a sudden found a bit of time. Is there any indications on the halfway timing skip beam there, mate?
I think there's a bit of a transponder glitch here for Stephen Draper, because he's showing it's still not coming across the line, so that'll throw a spanner in the works for ourselves there, trying to keep an eye on the second times, but not to worry, he's still out there on the circuit, just stalking Gordon and Creasy at the moment then as they go out of sight, through all bends, then hard on the brakes, in towards the hairpin there. It's very treacherous, yes, but they're there. I'm keeping my eyes firmly planted on the exit of Button. That's where the leaders will reappear then, and when they come across the line this time around, as they're about to do so. The last lap flag is being shown, so Scott Stone leads the way. The gap was a second. It's now 0.6 of a second between Stone and Creasy. Creasy's at 1 minute 34.6. That's the fastest lap we've seen all race. Stephen Draper right there with him by 0.2 of a second there, and Scott Stone, all he needs to do is just defend throughout the course of this lap.
I was going to say there's a back marker right on the road to play this, but all around the outside of the back marker very rapidly indeed. And here we go, here's Creasy. He's going to have a serious look at Park Curve. He pulls out of the slipstream. I'm sure he's going to have a bit of a dive at Stone at the top end there, and certainly he likes a late braking manoeuvre. Now, is that a change of the place? Couldn't quite pick it from this distance, unfortunately, just a little bit of a blur, and I think that's Creasy still in second, so he's running out of time very rapidly indeed, but he would have served notice on Stone. Now, the Mansfield's a bit of a favourite place, but I'm sure Creasy's too far back. Yep, he certainly is. Keeps his powder dry. If he's going to do something, he's going to have to do it very quickly, though. Here we come up to the chicane. It is bike gap. Literally one bike with the length between each of them as we come to the bottom. And again, Creasy's having a look. He can't quite get past there. They're going to disappear across the top of the mountain. We're going to lose sight of them completely very shortly indeed. And one of them's going to be planning on corner, but that's what it's all going to be about, a straight drag to the finish line, isn't it, Bradley?
No, you're absolutely right. There was a six-wheeler as they went towards all bends, but you'll know better than most, Keith, that it's very difficult to make an overtaking challenge in the woodland section there, but you know that if anybody is going to do it, Morgan Creasy is the man to give it a go.
Oh, yeah, here we go into the line.
Out of barn then, it's going to be just about Scott Stone who holds on to the advantage, takes away the 25 points from this particular one there, ahead of Morgan Creasy, who, despite being second overall there, that's the highest we've seen him in the MRO Powerbikes. That is the race win in the Clubman Thousands for Morgan Creasy on that number 80 Honda Firebike. Then Stephen Draper, Pete Baker, Raphael Kissick is your man in second at the Clubman's, then number 223, Raphael Kissick on that in fifth place overall. Next up is going to be Dan Mercer. Aaron Collins coming across the line there ahead of Dan Mercer. So a change of position between the 40 BMW and the number 13 Honda on that final lap. But regardless, that is still third in the Clubman's for Aaron Collins, and first of the retros for number 13 Dan Mercer. Tommy Cadwell there, Keith. His first time on that Yamaha R1. He rounds out the top 8 overall, top 4 in the Clubman's ahead of Raider. Martin Morris from the back of the grid is in 4th in class, 10th place overall, ahead of Kurt Powell, number 2 Bacon, and number 33 Luke Blackford, 152 Barry Mantel, Jeff Pig, Baker is top 5. So that was a good defending from Scott Stone on that final lap there, wasn't it, on the 125 Yamaha?
Absolutely, mate. No, he did a very good job to keep Creasy behind him. You do wonder what happened with another lap, but you can. It doesn't matter at another lap. It's what happens when the checkered flag goes out.